So I'm off on the road today, right now. I don't know if you can see it. Let me turn. Driving over the Tennessee River. I have to go down to Alabama today to a place for work. And so I have 3 hours in the car. So I'll probably talk to you guys a little bit on the way there, which I am now, and on the way back. But yesterday we did the Old Guys podcast, me and Mike, who is at MTP Flyers on Twitter. And it was, I thought it, I'm crooked. I thought it came out pretty good. I was pretty happy with it. We had some snafus at the beginning, which I did a little bit of, use my vlogging camera to catch some of the stuff we were doing beforehand. So I'll probably add some of that footage at the end of this vlog, or maybe I'll cut it in right here. I don't know. I didn't look at it yet, but I'm sure it's pretty cool. Yeah, so that worked out really, really well. We did it on his channel yesterday, just because we didn't have the Old Guys podcast YouTube channel really set up yet. So I think from now on we'll probably do it on there. And then you can also follow. I'll leave a link to the first episode. I'll leave the link for that down below. I'll leave the link to Mike's channel down below, which is Tech Examined. I'll leave a link to his Twitter, the Old Guys podcast Twitter. I'll leave a bunch of links down below that you guys can check out. But definitely check out the podcast and let me know. We're working on putting it, getting the audio. We recorded the audio for it, and we're working on trying to put that on iTunes. And I think we're going to put it on SoundCloud too, or try to. But I don't know the logistics of all that yet. Mike's looking into it. I got to get a hold of him today to see if he figured anything out and if he needs any help with it. So, but it was pretty fun. It lasted a lot longer than I think we thought it was going to be. The actual podcast, I think, was about an hour, but we recorded some before we started the actual podcast on the YouTube, the video portion. I haven't been yawning the whole time, and then all of a sudden I start talking to you guys, and then I'm starting to yawn. And then we ran, after we ended the podcast, we ran after. And there was quite a few people in the chat room, and we were able to answer some questions. But the first podcast, all we did was we talked about the 1+1 and our experiences with it, and our experiences. Mike's had some issues with customer service and things like that. So we pretty much discussed that. We're going to be discussing different things weekly, maybe not one topic per show, maybe a few topics, and we'll have some guests sometimes. We had a lot of people reach out yesterday, a lot, that wanted to be on the show. So to me, that's really, really cool that people have taken an interest already. So we have some plans for it, and we both really enjoyed doing it. So I'm looking forward to doing it more. But yeah, so that was yesterday. And then now, like I said, today I'm driving down. The other thing I'm thinking about getting, I'm trying to decide. There's the new LG widescreen. If you're a tech follower, you've probably seen it, but there's a new LG 34-inch widescreen monitor. And what's the resolution? I can't remember. It's not 4K, it's like 2K. For some reason, my mind just went blank. I know the second is 1440. It's I can't remember. What would it be? I don't know. My mind, honestly, it just went totally blank on me. But anyways, it's got like Thunderbolt display. Jeez, oh Pete. It's got two Thunderbolt ports in the back, and you can actually run one computer and have one huge widescreen. or you can actually run two inputs, two different devices into the monitor and have two. I'm just looking at this guy like almost going over into my lane. You can have two different devices and it'll be a split screen, so you can have your computer on one side and a second computer actually on the other side, or you could have a gaming system hooked up on one side, and it's really, really cool. And with the podcast yesterday, I used to have two monitors and I went down to one, and I have I still can't think of the resolution, but the same resolution, that 1440, that 2K type, it's the same as like an Apple iMac or Thunderbolt display. And it was okay having it, but I had to have the podcast small, and then I had the YouTube feed, the Google, or the actual live feed, so I could see the chatter going on in another window, and then I had Twitter in another window, and I think I had something else. And it worked fine, but it was 4 different areas, and it was pretty small. So I was thinking I could either get that widescreen. The monitor that I use now is an Asus. I don't know the model number, but it's about $500. So I'm thinking that I just bought that not too long ago, so I could send that back to Amazon, and that's $500. The widescreen monitor is $1,000. So, but it's pretty much 2 of, like the monitors that I have, but it's just 1. So, but I can't think of his Twitter name. 04 Tech, 04, I can't remember. But he just bought one and was having issues with the one side sort of crapped out on him. He put a picture on Twitter that you could see his Mac Pro on one side, then the other side was like all like squiggly lines and crap. So it looked like one side had messed up. And I believe the last I heard from him, he's gonna go and pick up another one. So I don't know if that's I only know him, and I think Chris Perillo are the only 2 people that I know of that have them right now. I'm sure there's a lot more, but those are the only 2 that I'm aware of. I haven't heard anything about Chris Perillo having issues. So I don't know if this is a common issue, or if this is some an anomaly. I don't know. So I'm a little nervous about getting one. I'm thinking 2 monitors doesn't really bother me that much, because it would actually sort of be nice to have it. It would be nice to have 1 monitor for when I'm editing the video, but 2 isn't that bad, like for the podcast, like with what I was saying, because I could have the podcast on one and then have everything else open on another, so I could sort of have 2 focal points. So I don't know. I'm going to think about it today while I'm driving and sort of decide what I'm going to do. The other thing, I used my Rode NT1 mic and then my Rode mic stand for the podcast, and I listened to a little bit of it back. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. I may do it on the trip down here or on the way back. Again, I'm going to leave in all the yawning, so deal with it. See if you guys start yawning up. I know Ryan Rigg last time said he watched it and he didn't yawn, which me, if I see somebody yawn or I start talking about yawning, I'm going to yawn. So, but anyways, that mic worked out really well. I think it worked out really well. I got to re-listen, but the parts that I did listen to, I sort of just scrubbed through to listen to my audio just to make sure. I was monitoring it as it was going with the headphones and everything, but I'm thinking about getting the Rode Procaster microphone. I'm thinking about that's the way it's going to go. I mentioned that the other day. Just because I like that it would be more straight on. But if the NT1 works good, I love that microphone. So if it doesn't impede, like my face for the video, which I don't think it did. I pretty much had it on the side of my face, and I think it sounded pretty good. So I had some issues hearing it through my headphones, but I think that was more my monitoring. But I had the Audio-Technica big headphone cans on, and they started hurting my ears after a while. I bought some Bose, what are those, E2 or IE2s, but I didn't have a 1/4-inch adapter to plug it into my Scarlett 2i2 thing, my USB interface. So I have that. I have a 1/4-inch thing coming, so I'm hoping I can just use those because they'll be more comfortable, because the other ones sort of press on my ears. I got huge ears. So that, or maybe I'll look for some larger studio headphones. So yeah, I don't know, that's about it for now. Either I'll check in with you guys in a little bit on the way back, or I won't. So we'll see.